8 weeks right now. That one of your workouts, like you already doing, needs to be heavy, like you're doing.
Okay.
And next time you do that, you need to do drop sets, supersets.
Okay.
Because this is the time you normally start doing that. Like 8
Okay.
weeks out.
Yeah.
That's when you just gotta turn it up.
What's up, guys? All right, welcome back to the channel, man. I know a lot of you been waiting on some training content. Things have been kind of crazy. You know, with the last prep, I was super busy, so it's kind of hard to coordinate with my guy to try to get some training content out to you guys. But now the Arnold Classic is over. We're looking at another show here sometime in the near future. You know, with everything going on, it's not really too sure as to what's actually gonna come up and what can be scheduled, what can be confirmed. But what we do know is that we need to be training hard, and whenever the time comes, we're gonna have to be ready. So today, I'm gonna get after some shoulders. I know you guys are gonna enjoy it. Like I said, it's been quite a while since I've been able to give you some content. We'll get in it, it's some old school knowledge, so it's gonna be a real treat. So like I said, it's gonna be a good one, guys. We got a show plan picked out. We'll see if it's gonna happen. Until then, I'm just gonna stay in great shape and continue to get after these weights. So enough of that. Hope all you guys are doing well, staying safe. Let's get to work. So of course, I wanna give a huge shout out before I get started with the workout to my sponsor, Yamamoto Nutrition. So you guys, pre-workout, you gotta check this out, right? So this is Flex Lewis's line. Shout out to my man. Send me some of this, and it's really good. So this is what I'm taking pre-workout. And during the workout, I think I kind of taught you guys a little bit about this before. So this is Glycoball Ultra. Check it out. This is intra workout with the addition of nitric oxide. So just trust me when I say it's a good product. So this is what I'm gonna have while I'm training today. We want to start off with some rear delt. Just kind of get warmed up. You guys know I always start with the smaller muscle groups, try to just get some blood going. And here we'll use a standing one. Not a lot of gyms have one like this where you can stand up, but it does kind of allow you to get a different angle when you're training your rear delts as opposed to sitting down with your chest smashed up against the seat. Start off light with just 20 reps. You guys, like I said, you know, you got to get those muscles nice and warmed up. So you know, the intro, I told you guys I'm gonna be training with special guests. So unless you live under a rock and you don't follow bodybuilding, don't know anything at all, most people know who this man is. So this is John Sherman, the Tank, right? So I get a lot of knowledge from this guy. He was actually my very first coach in bodybuilding, showing me what hard work is, what it takes to actually be a pro and compete for a championship. So recently, I've been able to come back and train with him, which is a huge benefit for me because it's wisdom, it's knowledge, it's experience. Everything that I'm trying to do, he's already accomplished. So this is gonna be, like I said, a real treat for you guys. He's gonna be here knocking it out with me. So if you got any questions, make sure you type them in because John will have a chance to get back to some of you guys. He runs an excellent training program. So you guys gotta check that out. Like I said, we're getting after it. It's me, the Tank. I'm about to do some work. And so you guys will notice the weight isn't crazy heavy just because it's rear delt. Once you start getting too heavy, I said this before, you can't even really connect with the muscle. So higher volume, more intensity with this particular type of exercise because you got to focus in on that muscle. So if you're wondering why it's lighter, that's just the best option when you're, especially warming up, you know, just getting started. So, but here shortly, you'll kind of see the weight start to jump up. This is the time, you know, tentatively with the show being not far off, I gotta try to make sure I'm lifting heavy as well as drop sets and stuff like that because this is the only way you're gonna keep that mass. For me, especially coming in and trying to build mass and compete as often as I am, I really have to take every step that I can to try to keep as much muscle as possible while I'm on my way down, you know, with the cardio, with the lower food and stuff like that. So you see, even with the weight increase, still control movements. It's not like, you know, just throwing it back and just rolling through the motion. I'm feeling it on the positive and the negative. So you gotta keep that in mind. If you're doing it all throughout the movement, then you can connect with the muscle a lot better because you're feeling it all the way through the entire set. You guys might be lucky enough to catch like some raw footage in here where we talk back and forth. Those are really the things that you guys are gonna wanna pay attention to, as well as just the training, not just the training, because that's where you get the explanation of why we're doing what we're doing at what particular part of the workout. Ooh, sweating already. That's Texas heat. So we'll use that as a warm up because it's a machine. And you guys know I'm big on warming up with a machine and then moving into some free weight. So how we knock that out, I'm gonna do some dumbbell rear flies. More than likely it's gonna be chest supported. This way you don't get the opportunity to have any swinging through the movement. It's all just concentrated on the muscle, keeping strict form throughout the set, all right? I said, still on the rear delt. So we went from one rear delt movement straight into another. So if you guys see, it's pretty much simulating what we did on the machine, but it's free weight. So it's gonna take a little more mind muscle connection to try to hit just back here. So you don't wanna do this movement too heavy because then you'll turn it into a row and you'll start targeting your back. Right now, only the rear delt. Thing about doing these, you gotta pump real quick. Like I said, it's just 40 pounds, but when it's strict, all that blood's going to that rear delt. And rear delt's one of those muscles, all about the detail. Not just size, you gotta make sure you have that detail too. So that's where movements like this come in handy. You're able to put the weight in check. You don't ego lift. You can actually hit that muscle and create that more three-dimensional look to your shoulders. One more, guys. So we're running a normal, 4 or 5 sets. Probably just 4 here. Getting nice and warm, so it's gonna be about time to get into some bigger compound movements. So I'll start to get on these rear delts. Sorry, you see, so my brain is front delts. So we'll start doing some pressing, stuff like that. And we're just gonna keep it conventional. Like I said, it's, I'm here with John Sherman. A lot of you guys say my physique reminds you of the 90s. Well, I'm in here getting some 90s training. I know you guys remember this dude over here. Probably seen him in a few videos. I guess he just want to stay in the background today. Being lazy. That's what lazy looks like, folks. Just standing in the background, leaning on the weights. So now what we're doing here, guys, front raises. So we're doing 2 different variations. One, traditional, hands straight out, palms down. And the other one, we're gonna do thumbs up, hammer fashion. These are also chest supported. This way, there's no swinging. You just really only use isolating the front delt on this exercise. So you'll notice, so I have control all the way through the movement. Even on the negative, I'm controlling on the way down and I'm stopping. So there's no swinging. Like, you actually have to control the exercise. Control the weights. You can't just swing through the exercise. If you do that, you just defeats the purpose. But it makes it real, real hard. It's 20 total reps, 10 each way. Golly, I'm sweating like I'm training outside or something. Continue at this rate, I'll be show ready in 3 weeks. Yeah, exactly. I promise you guys, if you're doing that right, it's gonna burn like hell, and that's just 30 pounds. Yeah, it doesn't take a lot. Like I said, sometimes you gotta keep in mind it's not always how much you're lifting. Sometimes it's about how you're lifting too. Like I said, slowing it down on the negative, and you don't have that momentum to swing, makes it a lot harder. But it really does target the front delt and only the front delt. Oh, I'm about to get clown, y'all.
I ain't doing that.
So one of you guys will see me do these standing, seated with your back up against this pad. Man, that makes a difference. So normally I would do laterals with warm up with maybe like 35s. Doing them this way, I had to start with 25s. Still 20 reps, but it makes it a lot harder because you don't get to use anything but your medial delt. So like John said, my shoulders are pretty good, but I just gotta make sure I have that detail. So for me, it's a lot about how I'm lifting the weight. It's tough like that, guys. Trust me. That's not easy. Shirt's gone. Ooh. Keep in mind we're training indoors too. This is not outside training. But that's because the intensity is up too. So this is almost kind of like John goes, I go. He go, I go. We're not taking won't have a whole lot of rest time in between the sets. So it's causing me to sweat a little bit more than I normally would too. So good. This glyco ball saving me today. Now you guys probably heard me say too, usually don't train with anybody, which is true. I usually know I'm used to training on myself, but that's not to say that I won't train with anybody. Obviously, it takes a certain person for me to train with that's gonna train just as hard. So like I said, that's a benefit of me having John here with me, because he'll train at least 4 of the 7 sessions out, because I train every day. So whenever he's available, it makes a difference because he's not gonna let me stop. When I'm wanting to kind of set the weight down, like on that set, I know he's there, he's gonna push it. So he's like 20, 20, 20, you gotta get 20. So if you are training with somebody, just make sure that they're gonna push you and they have that same intensity that you do, because that's the only way you're gonna benefit. So I'll start do this Smith machine press. He wore my front delts out pretty good with that exercise over there, those 2 exercises, should I say. So there's no need for me to go crazy heavy on this. This, I believe, is the 5th or 6th movement. So a shoulder workout for me is usually around 6 different movements. That way I get about 2 exercises per head of the shoulder, 2 rears, 2 medial, and 2 front. So this is the 2nd front one. Coming close to the end, I'm gonna push as much as I can, but like I said, I'm getting ready for a show, so I don't have to worry about trying to risk injury. I'm not gonna go crazy heavy. Thank you. So that felt good. I know I said I wasn't gonna go heavy. I'm not gonna go heavy, but I'm gonna push myself. I mean, this guy competed with Ronnie Coleman, so I pretty much need to push myself. Iron plates. I don't get any more old school than that. You know, a lot of these guys out there probably slamming rubber weights around. It's a lot different when that iron hits the floor. Give me legs. Give me legs. Do a little bit of arms. I'm gonna do a little bit of arms for you guys.
Keyword, a little bit.
A little bit.
A little bit.
So when I first got into this, I started competing. I told you guys John was the first coach I worked with. And I remember him telling me about symmetry. So like he said, a little bit. For me, I don't really train my arms too often because I spent so many years training them and they became a dominating body part. So they were swallowing up my shoulders. It would make my chest look smaller, a lot of different things. So now when I train them, it's just like you said, stimulate, no, annihilate. I don't have to break them down to get results. I'm really just shaping them. So when you see us hit them here today, it's not being a crazy weight. It's just gonna be me actually shaping and contracting the muscle. Shit.
5 feel like 4 or 5?
Hell yeah. Golly. Yeah, my tricep felt that one. Yeah. That is what you call muscle recruitment. So he made me do those force reps. That was pretty much rep number 13 to 20. Because at about 12, shoulders were ready to kind of turn it in. But he gave me that assistance and pushed me in. That's going to failure. So like I said, I feel my triceps. It's my body trying to use everything to move the load. So that's what force reps come in handy. But don't get it confused. That's not him spotting me. You heard him say get to 10 on my own. So that means there was no help all the way to 10. And everything after that where I needed some assistance, but he only guided my elbow some. So he didn't take the weight off me.
Barely touched.
So keep that in mind. Your spotter, or someone you're training with, they know let you do the work, just like he let me do the work.
This shit. Man. Woo.
So like I said, now I'll do a little bit of arms. So today I'm training mid-afternoon, which is normally around the time I train, I get at least, 1 or 2 meals in, just enough to get the job done. As contest time gets closer, then that's when I'll start training with a little bit less food, carbohydrate-wise anyway. My protein is always the same. But like I said, with needing to recover and make sure I have energy to get through these workouts, then like I said, I usually have 2 meals. If I'm lucky, sometimes I'll get 3 meals in. But it's really important to make sure you have some food prior to training and post-training. A lot of you guys already know that. But like I said, we push through that shoulder workout, 2 exercises per head, rear, medial, front. And I want to do a little bit of biceps, triceps. I told you guys, I don't really work an arm day. We probably will film an arm day where it's just strictly arms. But for now, I've just been kind of training with shoulders just because it's connected to the shoulder. Tricep originates rear delt, biceps originate front delt. So I'm just going to pair them all up and knock it all out in one workout. So we'll probably run through a couple exercises, 3 at max, 2 triceps and 1 biceps, and we'll call it a wrap. John taught me about symmetry. One thing I noticed about my own physique, my triceps were lagging in comparison to my biceps. So what I did, probably starting a couple years back, is I started doing a lot more tricep volume than biceps. So I would come in and I would do 3 exercises on triceps and only 1 on biceps. Kind of followed that program for a better part of a year. And when I did my next contest, I noticed in the pictures that my arms are a lot more symmetrical. So triceps has been a big focus for me. And the good thing about it, triceps function in shoulder workouts, chest workouts. So build them up. You can push your heavier weight, get more size. You guys know the rest. The shirt's looking like Ghost Rider. Sweated it out. One benefit about the rope is you actually get a chance to train your forearms too. So if you notice when I'm curling it, at the top, I actually flip my wrist back. So this way I get some forearm recruitment here. So that way I'm not just only training my bicep, but I'm training my forearms as well at the same time. like I said, we haven't increased the weight, but that's because we're going set for set. So he jumps off, I'm right behind him, and vice versa. So the intensity is up, so we're just chasing a pump. Like I said, I'm just shaping my arms, not really training for them to grow anymore. I'm trying to get everything else caught up. What does Bugs Bunny say?
That's all, folks.
That's all, folks. Oh. Well, that completes this workout. So, like I said, guys, hope you enjoyed it. You know, I get to have the opportunity to come down here, train with him a few times a week. You guys can definitely expect it to make a difference in my next showing. Like I said, tentatively, hopefully, it's here soon. We're definitely training like it. We're in pre-contest right now. So coming in best shape as possible while maintaining as much muscle mass as possible is the focus. There's no really particular changes in my diet. I definitely will talk about that as we get closer. Like I said, if we know that the show's happening, as I change my food or I get with John, and because he's gonna be here the whole way. So I can bounce ideas off of him as to how my physique is looking, how my training is going, stuff like that, and then I make changes accordingly. So like I said, fingers crossed the show will happen here soon. We'll definitely get you guys some great training content coming out here every week. So make sure you subscribe to the channel. Check out patrickcmoore.com. You guys can hit up John the Sherman Tank, John Sherman on Instagram. And you got a website or anything put up yet?
Yeah, JohnTheTankSherman.com.
So ask any questions below, because we'll be able to go through and see any questions that you guys might have, and you guys know I always get back and I always respond. So huge shout out to my sponsor, Yamamoto Nutrition, keeping me supplied with the best supplements in the game. Like I said, had a great pre-workout with the Flexator, Glycobol Ultra during the workout. It was enabled me to keep the intensity up this entire workout. Although I did get fatigued, I was able to complete it. So like I said, stay tuned, hit that subscribe. Welcome to the new subscribers, new followers. You guys are in for a treat. So we'll see you next time.